Hi everyone, Deb here. I'm here with a little bit of a haul from Scrapbook.com and also Ranger Ink, or Ranger, I guess, their website directly. Um, this time I was going mostly for the reinkers for the Distress Oxides I already had, but I also ended up getting a few more things which we'll go through first. And these 5 ink pads from scrapbook.com, and then I got 2 more on the Ranger site that maybe they had at scrapbook.com. But the reason I went to Ranger is because they were missing, they didn't have 3 of the re-inkers that I needed. So, and also I went to the Ranger site and printed off this Distress ink, but also works for Distress Oxide. And I thought what I'd do is do a little chart. I also printed off, they have these labels you can print, and I'll probably cut them and put them on with maybe double-sided tape or something. I don't know yet. And these are for the re-inkers, I guess, to put on the bottom of the bottle, but I probably am just going to have to store mine. Hopefully they'll all fit in this bin. This I got from Kohl's, but Target has similar, Amazon has similar. I don't know the size of this. I threw the tag out a while back because I got that around the holidays or right after. And I made a list of all the Distress Oxide inks I have, which was 22 in total. But I think I got, well, maybe that's with the new ones, because they're written on here also, ordered. So I think I have 22, but we'll see. We'll find out when we do the chart. So I brought a little flower stamp that's out of the Stampin' Up! Paper Pumpkin kit for April. Just a simple little flower that will fit in these boxes. And I need to get one other thing, which is my stamp chamois, unburied. But before I do that, let me show you what else I got. I got this free pack of Echo Park ephemera called Here Comes the Sun. So it'll be nice for summer. And I'm sorry for the glare, but there is what it looks like if you want a screenshot. I don't know if they still have it free. So it could either be for journaling or for cards. You know, I wouldn't put on a card necessarily Here Comes the Sun, but I might put it in my planner or something if I ever use my planner again. Then I also got these. This is foam, and I was hesitant about this. This is Simon Hurley stamping foam, but I watched him use, this one has a circle cut out, and he took the circle out and he used it on this, which I bought before from scrapbook.com, Simon Hurley, which is the Darling Dahlias. And remember, I don't know if you remember, these have 2 dahlias that come out. So, but he used it whole. Oh, you can't see the back. And he stamped this onto here, and it gives you a mirror image, but it also made a really cool impression. So if you need something with a mirror image, you can use this foam, press it down, and then you've got your own kind of stamp image. Anyway, I thought I'd play with those. I got the regular rectangle ones, 3 by 4 1/4. And the circles, you get 4 pieces of those. Well, you get 2 blocks and 2 circles, I guess is how that works. And so also to go with this, I didn't realize when I bought this there were cutting dies, which I don't have like a scan and cut or anything. So and I really don't plan on buying any electronic machines at this point because I have no room for them at all. But there's 7 cutting dies in here. Some of these things I think cut out, and leaves. Looks like a little one and a big one of these cut out. And then the dahlias, either the outline for what's in here, or you can paper piece you know, these dahlias. So I got those, and the rest is all reinkers. Look at all these reinkers. So I think if I count all these reinkers, that'll tell me how many oxides I have. And so my plan is, just so you know, I'm not going too well, I went a little nuts. I'm going to continue with Stampin' Up! Inks because I like them. I like the ink pads, and I have a lot of them, so I might as well just get the few extras that they're coming out with. I'm going to stop now with Distress Oxides. I'm not buying the Distress inks because I think they're like dye inks, but to me they aren't as good as or as strong as Stampin' Up's or Altenews. I got the Altenew crisp dye ink cubes. I did a haul on that before, and I actually just placed an order for the reinkers because Altenew, I found an article because they came out with these new, what they're calling fresh dye inks in a circle. They are discontinuing the crisp dye inks. However, they did say in that article, which was from December last year, that they are planning on continuing the reinkers. But honestly, there were about 3 of the inks, 2 or 3 of the ink cubes that I have that I could not find a reinker for. So if you have their crisp dye inks, I strongly suggest you get the reinkers while they have them, because you never know, even though they intend on continuing them, you know, there could be issues with manufacturer or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to take these out of the plastic bags and put them in, sorry for the crinkling, put them in my storage bin, hopefully. And you do have to see how that's separated with these. There's a ball in there. Before you re-ink your pad, you're going to have to shake it, no matter how you store it. I actually could leave these in the bag, but I'm not going to. I thought about putting these in like photo boxes, you know, the 16 that fit in the iris bin kind of thing. However, I'm out of those and I don't want to get another iris bin with photo boxes in just for Distress Oxides. Now, I don't know exactly where I'm going to store this, and my drawers either won't close with these. Okay, I said I was going to do it, but let me get them all in here first, and then, now I'm dropping stuff, and then we'll color coordinate them. And I'm going to show you what I got from Ranger ink too, because it goes with this. So the 2 I got from Ranger ink, I got 2 new ink pads from there. These 5 came from Scrapbook.com. They might have had these too, but I just didn't get them. I don't remember seeing Speckled Egg. They might have had Villainous Potion, or they might have been out of those. And then I got re-inkers for those 2. And 2 others that, you know, there's the Speckled Egg. Fossilized Amber was not in stock when I got these, and nor was Peacock Feather, which is back in stock, I got a notice. Or Faded Jeans? Yeah, Faded Jeans. Okay, I sort of have these in pinks and reds, yellows and orange. I think I only have 1 orange, which is Spice Marmalade. I have Scattered Straw, Antique Linen, Fossilized Amber. I have 2 purples, which I showed, the Wilted Violet and the Villainous Potion now. And then I have Cracked Pistachio and Speckled Egg, which is like a more of a blue, but I have it next to the greens and blues. So in greens, I also have Peeled Paint. Frayed Burlap's not really a green. Let's move that over to here. Sort of goes with the yellow browns. Walnut Stain, actually, let's move it up here. So we have Frayed Burlap, Tea Dye, which is a new one I got, Vintage Photo, which I think I have another bottle of actually, and Walnut Stain. And then in the blues, I have Uncharted Merino, which I just recently bought, Broken China, which I've had for a long time, Faded Jeans, same thing, salvage patina, which is new for me, and peacock feathers, which is new for me. So let me put these down on the floor, and we're going to test, sort of test and also put on this chart all these new inks, and then I'll get my old ones out, and I'll finish that off, and I'll put a little arrow and write, or maybe I'll use my label maker and put oxide up here because my writing is bad. All right, so let's, oh, I forgot to get my chamois. My chamois is here next to me. I'm going to open it up. It's on top. Okay, and so yes, I spent a little bit of money on this. All right, this is Villainous Potion. I hope these are even on here. They don't appear to be in alphabetical order, and I actually am not even seeing this one, so that's interesting. I may have to add some of these newer ones onto here. I don't see Uncharted Marina. If we come back and find them, that'll be great. Or Lumberjack Plaid. Here's tea dye, so let's do that one. Wow, that has sort of a chalky look, doesn't it? No, I just said here's tea dye here. That's a nice coverage on that. I like that color. I like it for edging too. But I don't do tea dyeing and coffee dyeing, so I can kind of maybe get that look with the inks instead. That pad is pulling up a little bit from the container. All right, so we got that one. Is salvage patina on here? Speckled egg is. So I see that. So let's put that on. I love this color, like a robin's egg blue, sort of. It's sort of a, I didn't get that quite good. Actually, I'll see if I can get it a little bit better. Since it's a clear stamp. Just push down on that one, and there we go. All right, so we got speckled egg. Yeah, I'm really kind of trying to see if they have the other newer ones on here, but I am not seeing them. And I don't want to write them in just yet. So these two were found. And these Salvage Patina, Kitsch Flamingo, I know those are new colors, so probably they didn't get them on the chart yet. Lumberjack Plaid, Uncharted Marina, and Villainous Potion aren't on here yet. Okay, so let me go get my other ones and we'll do those. I'll be right back. Okay, you know what's really sad? These four I've had in my drawer. I've never taken out of the plastic. Fired Brick, Walnut Stain, excuse me, Scattered Straw, and Frayed Burlap. So I will do that, but let's start with the ones that I have. This is Tattered Rose. So let's see where Tattered Rose is. I wish there was a, oh, it's the very first one. I wish there was a, like they were alphabetical or something. I mean, I guess you could cut these out and make them alphabetical if you wanted to. I am going to actually put them down in the bin on the next to me here that I have the reinkers in for the moment. This is Antique Linen, which is here. It's sort of a pale yellow cream color. Okay. And I had been putting Velcro on and putting my blending things on, but you know what? They don't stack. They don't stack perfectly anyway. They wiggle, but they don't stack at all if you put those on. So I'm going to find a different solution for those. All right, this one is peeled paint, which is a green. And I'm sure I saw that too. There it is. I think I'll have a little bit harder time deciding when to re-ink these. They're a little bit different, you know, type of ink and stuff. This is cracked pistachio, which definitely used before. I like that color a lot too. So let's see where that is. Good question. Over here. Here we go. So they are sort of in color family. Oh, I see. See, I have spun sugar in Distress ink, but I don't have it in Distress Oxide. So that might make a difference too. And this one is iced spruce, which I'm thinking should be somewhere near that, but nope, it's down here. Now this one looks to me like it needs re-inking because it's got a dark spot there, or maybe that's the spot that doesn't need it. I don't know. Okay, that's definitely darker than speckled egg. And I think I have weathered wood in Distress ink, but not oxide as well, and I'm probably not going to get it. It's not one I gravitate towards. All right, let's do fossilized amber. Let me find it first. It's up here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going, oops, well, we might just do that one twice. I got that too far down. I guess my eyes are going too. What I'll do is I'll be putting this into like a sleeve, and I'm going to keep all my ink swatches in a binder. I think that's going to be my plan because Altenew has ink swatches too. This is Vintage Photo, which is my all-time favorite that I use, but I think Tea-Dye is going to become a new favorite. Oh, it seems darker than when I actually use it. Now I should, Walnut Stain's one that's in the wrapper still, so that's right here. Actually, we'll do that later. Okay, now we have worn lipstick, and I store these right side up. I don't know if you're supposed to, or upside down, but they're still pretty juicy. This is worn lipstick, I think I said, yeah. So that should be, yep, it's up here. Worn lipstick. I'm getting them all a little too far down. I'm not standing, so it's hard for me to see exactly where. So these are pretty inky still, which is surprising to me. Spice Marmalade here is next. I think I'd like that dried marigold, but I think I have a marigold in a different ink line. So we'll make do with what we have. And you know, I always tend towards blues. Broken China. Here. This is a pretty color, and so is Peacock Feather. Isn't that pretty? Okay, Peacock Feathers is here. It's a little bit brighter, almost like a turquoise. Also pretty. This looks like a darker, I don't know if it's really darker or not. Anyway, and this is just copy paper, guys. So it's probably going through a little bit, not bad. Faded Jeans is next. which is right under Broken China here. And that's more what I call like a true blue, denim blue. Faded jeans, right? Love that color. Wilted Violet. I must have had another ink on top of it because it, you know, with the, I probably had like this one on the bottom, which is Tattered Rose, and it made this funny whatever. All right, we have a little piece of, now this one feels really dry to the touch. Nah, it's getting my fingers messy, so I guess it's not too dry. I have a baby wipe I was using, I'm looking for in the trash. I just emptied my trash, so of course it's all the way down. Sorry. Too much information. All right, Wilted Violet is here. That's also a very pretty color. And like I said, most of these, except for the 5 I just bought, I've had for years, like since probably 2017 or early 18. All right, so now I have to unwrap these, so I'll be right back. All right, so I found Fired Brick, which is up here. It's sort of a orangey red, like a brick color, definite brick color. Now these were original colors that I hadn't opened. Scattered Straw is down here somewhere, or is it up here? Here. So that's in the yellows. There we go. And then we have Frayed Burlap and Walnut Stain. Oop. That's dark. Not as dark as this. This sort of if you know Stampin' Up! Colors, it's almost like soft suede, that Frayed Burlap. It's okay. Not my favorite color. I like the Vintage Photo and Antique Linen and Tea Dye better. And then Walnut Stain, I'm assuming is going to be really a darker brown. And I'm sure Ground Espresso would be even darker. Yeah, see? Now that Vintage Photo to me has a little more red in it, I guess. Something or yellow in it. Where this is more true brown to me. So that's the ones that are on here. Now, I have, and Speckled Egg is one I just bought, but I guess they've been around in Tea Dye, so put them down here. But these new ones aren't on here yet. So what am I, at least I don't see them. So I might just put them right along the bottom and hand write. I think that's what I'll do. So let me see what order. I'll go red, pink. I thought about crossing off something up here, but I don't want to do that because this shows, see, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I had 17 because I bought Speckled Egg and Tea Dye, actually, and Peacock Feathers. So I only had 16. And then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yep, I have 24. And that's all I'm going to get. Actually, I might put the pink and the red up here and the rest of them down here. So this is Kitsch Flamingo, but see how that's pulling up? I don't know, is it supposed to do that? Let me push down on there. I thought this would be, I think I'm going to put it, well, I'll put it over here. I was thinking I'd put it near Worn Lipstick. It's definitely a brighter pink, which is really pretty. That's why I got it, because I didn't have in the oxides, I didn't have a nice pink. And then this is Lumberjack Plaid, which to me looked more like a true red. Since I got that one over the line, I'll put that one over the line too. That's definitely a deep Christmassy kind of red, if you will. Definitely looks like a lumberjack plaid. Now, salvage patina, I'm really surprised that wasn't around before, but I don't see it. So we'll do that down here. It has that, it's like a light teal, if you will, a much lighter shade of peacock colors. I would have liked to have that next to each other. I might cut these out and put them in blocks and then reprint this so I have the whole chart, because they're not going to be on, some of these new ones aren't going to be on here then either. Yeah, they're not. So, don't know. All right, here's Uncharted Mariner. I'm anxious to see how close this is to peacock feathers. I'm going to go over one. It's darker. It's definitely darker. More blue in it than peacock feathers has more green. Actually, broken china and peacock feathers are pretty close, but peacock feathers is darker. And then speckled egg seems to be like a lighter version of either broken china or even maybe salvage patina. So this was Uncharted Mariner, like a good nautical color for sure. And it's definitely more green in it than Faded Jeans. Okay, and this is Villainous Potion. So I thought this would be good for Halloween. Maybe that's when it came out, around Halloween. But for Halloween, Spice Marmalade, this is definitely a dark purple. Actually, I think Wilted Violet might be better for Halloween. But those two are definitely different, Wilted Violet and Villainous Potion. I actually didn't realize it was quite so dark, because that looks more like a grapish color to me, but it's definitely a darker purple. So there are the colors I have. I'll print on here later because my handwriting is terrible, like I said. So that's really all I had to share with you today. From Joann's and, no, I'm sorry, from Scrapbook.com and from Ranger Ink. Now, I do have, just so you know, I forgot about these to tell you. I have these two trays. This is getting off topic. I didn't order these now. I've had these for years and I forgot about them. But I have, I think it's 2 sets of these little Memento Dewdrop inks, and I went through and I just stamped them, all the pinks and purples and yellows and all the blues and greens and browns and grays, and a few of them were a little dry, but they're perfectly usable and in good shape, and I just have them stacked 2 up. Right now they're not exactly in color family because all of these I was able to find reinkers for at Joann's, and then I think some of these two also, and then a few of these. One of these is the black. I already have a refill for the black. A few of these I ordered, actually the rest of these I ordered online from the UK, a store called, oh gosh, Budley Crafts or something like that. So yeah, so I'll have those dye inks, the Altenew cube dye inks, which I ordered the refills for too. So I'm in refill mode, and then I'm done with inks. These are all the Distress Oxides. Let me write that on here. I'll just be messy. And I might as well just do this. Okay, and then, so let's see. This is Salvaged Patina. And, oops, I'll have to write it above. Charted, I could make my own chart. And what did I say? This one? Okay. Villainous. I'm going to write this one below. I'm going to have to go 2 lines. Potion. Okay. And then these 2 are Lumberjack Plaid and Kitsch, K-I-T-S-C-H, Flamingo. Good enough for me. It's just going in a sheet protector in a binder, and I will probably, I don't even know if I'll put these on, because the way I'm going to store these is in a drawer. One plastic drawer in a, what is it, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 or 8 drawer unit I had gotten at Michael's years ago. I don't think they sell that particular one anymore, but I love it. The drawers are a little deeper than some of them, and it's plastic, but you know, it works. This is the extent of my Distress Oxide inks, and I have even fewer. I could put little check marks, actually. I'm going to do it in pencil. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. My Distress inks consist of these, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16. And then I have a couple other non-distress inks in here. I suppose I could finish this off by going like this. Okay. There is some duplication, so I got out a different stamp, and what I thought I'd do, let's use carved pumpkin. I put that flower as oxide. I shouldn't have done this. I can do oxides and just ink. So let's see how juicy these are. I am not buying refills for these, I don't think, unless I end up with a favorite color. So this is carved pumpkin. There's no duplication on that. So I'm going to use the same chart. There we go. It looks pretty close to spiced marmalade to me, but it's not the chalky, you know. And then we have candied apple, which I don't think I have in, I don't have it in the oxides. Maybe they don't make it in that. I don't know. Candied apple. There's that one. Now the next one I do, it's fired brick. And on the lid it looks more like a copper, but these are all still pretty juicy. I'm actually surprised because I've had these a long time as well. So that one I have both. And actually, while I have that one here, I'm going to put that little mark up there, and we'll write Distress inks. Because they're just your dye inks, right? Antique linen is also a duplicate. That's down here. Really faint. Maybe that one needs re-inking, but I don't have the regular Distress ink. Now we have one called Lucky Clover. So I'm assuming that's in the green somewhere. Why am I not? Oh, here it is. And Mowed Lawn, and I don't think I have that. So Lucky Clover and Mowed Lawn. Oops, a little stamp came off the block. This is a stamp from Globeland. It was in one of their sets. So this is what I say, Mowed Lawn up here. So I'm assuming it's like a grass green. Yep, and I got a little edge on it, but it's okay. It's just for me. And then Evergreen Bough, which is here. So there's some duplication, but not a ton so far too, right? Fired Brick and Antique Linen so far. What did I say? This is Evergreen Bough? Yeah. There. A little bit darker than Lucky Clover, but not a whole lot. I want to put them together, actually. Okay. Then Salty Ocean. It's here, next to Faded Jeans. Looks like a very blue. Oh, okay, it's more like, oh, that's a very bright blue. Very pretty. That's a pretty color. I might have to get a reinker for that just because I really like that color. Yeah, I don't know. And then we have Spun Sugar, which I actually do have a refill for because years ago I had decided, oops, sorry, that this is one of my favorite pale inks for doing edges and stuff like that. And then lately I haven't used it. See, it's very pale pink and it might be sort of dry, so I might need to re-ink it. But now I think I like Kitsch Flamingo better, and even Worn Lipstick shows up better. Anyway, so to the purples, Shaded Lilac. That's definitely a lilac, a blue purple. Then Wilted Violet, so that's a duplicate in different type of ink. Right next to there. That's a pretty color too, actually. And Seedless Preserves is more like a berry, I think. I don't believe I've ever used it. Yeah, to me that has more of a berry color. Like a blackberry. So that's it for that tin. And then up here I have Scattered Straw, which I know is a duplicate. Most of these they're all going to be duplicate except one. As not duplicate, but same, I already have them in oxides. Scattered Straw, and of course Vintage Photo. So I think maybe I got these in sets of 4, but I don't remember if I got like one big set, or Vintage Photo is like my favorite for aging, antiquing, if you will. And what did I say this one is? This is Walnut Stain down here on the bottom. And lastly, Black Soot. So I have another black ink, dye ink. So I wonder how that is with alcohol markers. And maybe I had it too wet because from the thing, because it kind of got blurry. Anyway, that is my Distress ink collection and my Distress Oxides. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 duplicates as far as having them in oxides and in inks. And that is it. That's all I'm going to get. And let me write Distress inks. And I'll put Distress Oxide. I should have done that a little better, but it's all good. Yeah, that's my collection. Do you see gaps that I should, and do you have favorites that, especially in the oxides, that you think I should fill in with? I'm kind of wondering about some of these colors in here, and maybe Festive Berries too, or Picked Raspberry. I like berry colors. Coral, I have a good coral with Stampin' Up, so I don't know. Barn Door seems like it'd be a bright red, which I think Lumberjack Plaid will probably take care of. And of course, you know, I've already got a lot of these. I thought I had weathered wood. Oh, you know what? I'll bet that's in a marker. One sec. All right. So I think these all say distress marker. So let's start with the pink. Spun sugar. So these sort of remind me of, yeah, not very juicy anymore. And I know this one I used quite a bit. Let's see what this one is. Also spun sugar, so maybe I knew that and got a second one. Okay, first one's going in the trash because this one is way juicier. All right. And this one is tea dye. Huh. I did have tea dye. See, I don't think I ever used that. I'll put check mark equal distress marker. Let's write that up there. What a mess, huh? Distress marker. And I won't get any more of those, I don't think, either. I don't even know, do they still make them? This is probably black soot. I don't like that tip. It's sort of fraying a little bit. This is pine needles, which I didn't have in the inks. I might want that in an ink. This is Stormy Sky, which I didn't have in an ink. I also like that. Where's the other blue? The Weathered Wood, right? That's sort of a gray blue. Yeah, that tip is not good. And it's drying, but it still has a little bit of juiciness to it. That tip is totally dry. This small tip. That's what happened with Stampin' Ups too. And then this is Antique Linen. And this one is probably Scattered Straw. Yep. And where is that? That's up here. You see how that tip, it's bendy. You see? Now, I don't know if that's because I used it and I ruined it or because I haven't used them in a while. Out of all these, Stormy Sky, I would probably like the ink in. And that's about it as far as the other markers and stuff. So I'm not going to get any more markers. Like I said, I don't even know if they still sell them. And I have some colors in Tombow, not very many. I maybe have 5 of these different colors. And I don't know, they just have numbers on them, 451 and 723, and I have a couple others. So that's it. That's my chart. Messy that it is. My Distress Oxides and Inks chart, where the oxides are the big flower, and this flower is the regular inks, and the check mark is the distress markers that I have. I think I have enough, and between that and Stampin' Up and Memento and Altenew, I'm all set on colors. And I'm pretty sure I have some mustard, marigold, and wild honey colors in Altenew. I know I have olive in Stampin' Up, Old Olive. I don't know about citron. I don't know what that color is close to. Sage, I know I have in Altenew. They're new inks. Moss, I have Mossy Meadow. I don't know if it's the same. Mermaid Lagoon, I'm thinking that might be close to a new Stampin' Up color coming out called Azure or something, but I don't know. I'm not for sure. Or, yeah. Or maybe even Pretty Peacock in Stampin' Up, which is a little more darker than this peacock. Blueprint Sketch, maybe that's like Blueberry Bushel. I don't know. Sapphire, I don't really have an ink for Sapphire. Well, I might in Altenew. I might. And some of these others, I don't know. Dusty Concord is like Concord Grape, I guess, but dusty. And then I have enough other browns and grays. Picket Fence I'm curious about. Is that a white? I think that's a white. I think I have that in a spray or a stain or something. I'm not sure. Let me know. An espresso, I know I have in Altenew, and I also have milk chocolate in My Favorite Things and dark chocolate in Altenew. I think I can make do. And also I have early espresso by Stampin' Up. So I'm good on the rest of the colors for the most part. What did I just say is the one I would like in the inks? Maybe the Stormy Sky. I might put a little Get Ink. But this is too close to that, so I wouldn't want that. Yeah. All right, guys, that's all for real now. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Hugs, love, and peace.